YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything, sit down with me, drink a little wine video. And I don't know how it's gonna go. We'll see. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe you guys will hate it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And hit that thumb button if you are interested in me doing more of these. And also, y'all, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna have so much fun in the next coming months. I'm doing Vlogmas over here, keto holiday recipes, so much fun stuff. So hit that subscribe button, join my Neisha Loves It tribe on YouTube, and let's get into the video. Okay, cool. All of these questions are gonna come from Instagram. If you do not already follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram because I'm gonna probably start doing this twice a month. And this is where I'm going to get my questions. So I'm going to put my handle over here for you guys who don't follow me. Go follow me. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Wow, there's a lot of questions already. Okay. Wow. I'm going to answer as many as I can. I clearly cannot answer every single question. But, if you follow me on Instagram, then maybe, week to week I'll get to your question if you keep asking it. Oh, this is a good one to start off with. So Michelle says, what attracted you to Dr. Berry? Well, that's a funny question because I wasn't actually attracted to Dr. Berry in the beginning at all. In fact, I thought he was a vile, self-centered, narcissistic ladies man. If you go watch the How We Met video, I talk a lot about that, but after I got to know him, what attracted me to him was he really was there's way more to him than meets the eye, and definitely way more than met the eye back then. He's just really, for him to be the way he is, he's actually super compassionate, which I never expected from him. Honestly, I didn't expect him to be compassionate and passionate, and he genuinely cares about people. And I didn't expect that from him at all. But then also, he's so smart. And he's really smart. He likes to have conversations. It's nice. We have yet to run out of things to talk about. And that's lovely. How does one go about getting started with a YouTube vlog? Okay, this is a good question. And I very well may do a full video on this as it gets closer to the new year. So I think a lot of people start their YouTube channels at the beginning of the year. So my advice is just do it. Just do it. If you go watch my first videos, they're awful. That's everyone. Any successful YouTuber, and I'm not saying I'm super successful. I have a medium channel. But even the ones who are super successful, if you go back to the beginning, they're awful. Everyone starts out cringy and awkward and awe, and we're all weird. So just do it. Talk to the camera like the camera is your friend. And don't think you need a bunch of equipment that's expensive to have a YouTube channel. You don't. I use my iPhone and that's it. Every now and then I will use my computer to edit, on fashion videos, because I do graphics and stuff. But for my vlogs, I shoot on my phone, I edit on my phone, I upload on my phone, and then I get on my laptop to type in the stuff in the description and stuff like that. You don't need anything fancy. Just you, your phone, and your passion, whatever that is. If it's clothes, if it's food, if it's just sharing your story, it doesn't matter. Just put it out there, and don't stress about subscribers. Don't worry about that part. Just put out the content, be consistent, and if you really want it, you will have a successful channel eventually. It takes time. Most people don't get a million subscribers like Ken Berry, okay? That almost never happens. He's a unicorn. Keto Insum says, can you gain weight or continue to be heavy on carnivore? Yeah, sure. There are several people who, when they first started carnivore, they gained weight. If you are someone who is underweight, you very well may gain weight. But, and this is a huge but, if you're eating the right macros, fat to protein ratio for you, you will eventually lose fat. And sometimes that may not change on the scale. It will just change on how your body is made. So you could lose inches and still maintain the same weight. The people that I know that eat carnivore have lost tons of weight and have maintained that weight loss and have perfect labs, and they're very forthcoming about all of that stuff. You may gain a little weight. I don't think you can get obese on carnivore. No, I'd have to literally go to the doctor with someone who's obese and doing carnivore or saying that they're doing carnivore and see their labs, their A1C, face to face. And then I would be like, well, maybe. But I mean, you'd have to really prove that with significant scientific data. And me watching them for a month only eat meat, eggs. And then like, that's the only way you can convince me that someone can eat carnivore and be obese. Are you going back to work as a nurse again soon? Not soon, because I want to spend time with my child. Eventually I will go back to nursing, but not soon. Like, I'm having fun with my baby. It's awesome. And I make more money as a YouTuber and a blogger than I did as a nurse. Which I'm not bragging about. That's like depressing. Should not be a thing. What's the best thing about being married to a doctor? Nothing really. There's things just like being married to any other person. Like I go to my own family practitioner. He doesn't treat my Hashimotos. He did to begin with, but that was a long time ago. And now I see someone, because you're not really, it's like an ethics thing. You shouldn't really be your wife's doctor. Of course, he looks at my labs and talks to me about stuff that, I mean, I don't really get any true benefits other than I'm married to a doctor, which, funny story. When I was single and dating, I had 3 criteria of men that I would not date. Ever. 4. All right, so 1 was I would never date a doctor. I would never date a politician. I would never date a professional or semi-professional ball player. And I would not date someone who is in the Army, Navy, or Marines. All right, so not because I don't think Army Marine guys are super freaking hot. They are. I'm not strong enough to be an Army wife. Like, I'm not. Women who are married to officers and military guys, I don't know how you do it. You guys are awesome. I can't do it. I would be scared out of my mind. I'd be stressed out. Have too many, I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Ball players, they're just jerks generally. Politicians, they're liars. Doctors are jerks. Okay? And I stuck to that until this idiot came along, and I don't know. Anyways, it's not a big deal. He didn't make very much money. And he makes more money as a YouTuber than he did as a doctor. He didn't have any money when I met him. He had been married 4 times and had 4 kids. He had no money. I made more money than him. He just now recently makes more than me. So being married to a doctor for me was nothing special. Just curious, what is your Enneagram number? I'm a 3. Someone wants to know, are you going to video Beckett's first haircut? Maybe, but I'm not cutting his hair anytime soon. So, do you plan to homeschool baby B? Yes, I do. Well, I don't plan to homeschool him, but my mom is a retired teacher, so she will be homeschooling him when the time comes. She already teaches him so much stuff. Like, she is amazing. So he knows some shapes already, he knows some colors already. He's just really smart. She does a really good job teaching him. And then obviously I teach him stuff too, and so does Ken. What water are you now drinking? I'm devastated over the Topo Chico news. Right. So Topo Chico was in this article about PFSAs or PFASs. I can't remember what the letters are. I'll link the article in the description for you guys because some of you haven't heard of it. Anyways, plastics in the water have several different sparkling waters, and Topo Chico had the most out of all of them. So I've stopped. I now drink Mountain Valley, San Pellegrino, or Perrier, all in glass. And that's what I'm drinking right now. Christine wants to know, what wine can I drink that has no sulfites? Also, I'm not a red wine drinker. So, Dry Farm Wines is your best bet, or Secco. They're both really good. I actually prefer Dry Farm Wines over Secco. Not for any other reason except for Dry Farm Wines has more of a selection. And Secco doesn't even ship to Tennessee, so I couldn't get it if I wanted to. And they have plenty of rosés and whites. You don't have to get red. I just like reds. Low carb, expecting mom, pregnancy tips. So what I did is I just ate whatever I wanted, basically, as long as it was low carb. So I ate berries, as much berries as I wanted in the first trimester because I couldn't really eat meat, and that was all that I could get down. And then I ate keto chow protein shakes to get my protein in. I ate deviled eggs. I could eat deviled eggs. And then from second trimester out, I ate keto like normal. I just would eat just regular keto. So veg cooked in fat and fatty meat. I ate lots of seafood and salads. And I just ate really clean whole foods majority of the time. And I did have a cheat day every now and then. Like I ate some ice cream on the low carb cruise. And I ate my baby shower. I had cake. And like there was a few days that I ate a few, bad things. But 95% of the pregnancy, I stayed low carb keto. And I was always in ketosis the whole time. So what do you do on your brows? Microblading or powder or both? So I get microblading done. I actually just got my brows touched up yesterday. And the girl I go to is phenomenal. I'll never go to anybody else because the way she does it, it just looks like hair marks. And this is the second time I've had it done. I don't have any scarring. And none of that stuff that you hear people talk about. I don't have any of that. But I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to insert a picture of what it looks like, because literally I don't like the shaded. I don't like that. I want it to look like hairs. She does individual hair strokes. I know I'm right up in the camera, but I really want you guys to see this. Hopefully you can see it. So yeah, I get that done like twice a year. I've been getting it done for the past year and a half. And yeah, I just got them touched up. I love it. Never going back. I don't have to do anything to my brows. Now I'm just gonna incessantly play with my hair. Next question. What is your favorite? Oh, this is Melcy Lee. Hi, Melcy Lee. She's also a YouTuber. What's your favorite thing about doing social media as a business? 100% my favorite thing is that I can make my own hours, make my own rules, and I can literally get up every morning and not feel like I'm going to work. Ever. I just feel like I'm just being me. I'm not going out of the way to do anything excessively. I would do this stuff anyways. I sit and talk. I do Facebook Lives. I do try-on hauls. I've been doing all this stuff for years. Like, I had an Instagram before this one that was pretty big, and my boyfriend made me delete it. He was an idiot. Anyways, I've been doing social media since I was 18. I had a YouTube channel, since I was 19. I started my first YouTube channel back then, and I was doing my own music and everything like that, and that got deleted by a boyfriend. I've had bad boyfriends that have interfered with my social media, and so to finally be with someone who supports the fact that I've been wanting to do this literally since 2005, it's pretty awesome, because a lot of people laugh at it still. They don't understand. Like, still, I get comments in the comment section who are literally telling me I need to go get a job. It's like, yeah, this is a job. I make more money than I did as a nurse doing this. It is a job. Anything that you can pay all of your bills and still have money in the bank, that's a job. So I think people really have a hard time understanding that I make my own money, even though I do exactly what Ken does. Like he makes more than I do. I could still survive just fine on my own. Like I don't just do YouTube. I do my blog. I do essential oils. I am a nurse. If I wanted to go nurse part-time, I could do that at any point. I could go do Botox for people right now if I wanted to. Like, I make my own money. This is a job. This is a job. I don't understand how else to explain it to people. I get paid to do this, and you don't have to pay me anything. Ever. All you have to, like, to support my channel, all you do have to do is hit that subscribe button, watch my videos, and if you want to shop something, use my links. And that's it. You never have to send me money. Ever. And I still get paid. It's amazing. Social media is fantastic. Lindsay said, "You wear the cutest clothes." That's not a question. I'm just stating facts. Thank you. Do you enjoy living in Nashville? Yes, I do. However, it would be way more fun if I could do the things that I used to be able to do. Like, this is not the first time I've lived in Nashville. I've lived here before when I was with somebody else and single. And it's very different than it used to be. And of course, the virus has closed down a bunch of things and you just can't do like you used to. So that's sad. But I do love Nashville. I think it's beautiful and the people here are really nice most of the time. And there's great restaurants, like the best food. We have the best food in Nashville. What is your favorite drink from Starbucks? Well, it depends on the time of the year. But 90% of the time I get a double shot or a triple shot espresso over ice with a splash of heavy cream, no sweetener, and that's what I normally get. But during the holidays, I will get a cafe latte made with heavy cream, extra shot of espresso, and then a sugar-free pump of something. So they've got sugar-free vanilla and sugar-free cinnamon dolce, and usually I'll get 2 pumps of sugar-free cinnamon dolce. It's really good. And I get my own stevia drops. You can buy them anywhere. Sprouts has them, Amazon has them, and during the holidays you can get peppermint, caramel, pumpkin spice, vanilla, cinnamon, and you can make your own like lattes. It's amazing. You can just put them in your purse, carry them to Starbucks. Weight loss tips. Also, cheat days, are they terrible or okay? So weight loss tip is just eat super low carb and track total carbs. Eat enough protein, eat enough food. Don't be scared of eating food. Like, don't be scared of eating food. As long as it's real food, don't be scared. Cheat days, and that depends on your personality. Are you able to say no and stop after you've had a cheat day? Or are you going to be a person that ends up having a cheat month and then a cheat year? Because you need to know that about yourself. If you can't just have one cupcake, don't have any cupcakes. If you can't just have one piece of candy, don't go buy candy. You're either a moderator or an abstainer. I'm a moderator. I can say no. And I can say yes and then jump right back on the train tomorrow and be totally fine. Like, I had a cupcake or two. I had 2 cupcakes at Beckett's birthday party, and I was in ketosis 2 days later because I got right back on the wagon. I fasted, drank a lot of water, got my electrolytes in, and went right back to eating the way that I normally do. I can do that. Some people can't. So you just got to know yourself. Is hypothyroidism different from Hashimoto's? My doctor told me I have hypothyroidism. Yes. So hypothyroidism is just that. It's low thyroid. Hashimoto's is low thyroid and an autoimmune disease too. So you have 2 for the price of 1. It's really awesome and fantastic. So hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, they can either go together or you can just have hypothyroidism. Do not recommend having Hashimoto's. How much iodine drops do you put in your coffee and what brand? So I usually put 2 drops in my coffee in the morning, and I use Lugol's. You can find it linked in the description, or you can just Google Lugol's 2% iodine. They have it on Amazon every morning in my coffee. What test should my doctor do for a complete thyroid checkup? If you go watch my video on my Hashimoto labs, I'll link it in the description for you guys. People pull in my driveway all the time to turn around. Like, there's 7 other driveways. It's always mine. Always. I'll link it for you, and you can see all the different thyroid tests that I got and which ones Dr. Berry talks about that you should get. It's a good video. Annabelle says, I'm breastfeeding and doing keto, but my supply has decreased a bit. Any tips? If your supply has decreased, has your baby's weight decreased? I'm assuming you're pumping. Sorry, I gotta fix my nose ring. I'm assuming you're pumping because otherwise you would have to have your baby lose weight for you to think that your supply had dropped. So assuming you're pumping, then you need to increase your salt intake, increase your electrolyte intake, and increase your pumping. Other than that, that's what's going to stimulate the letdown more. So you just need to power pump. Just get on Pinterest and look up power pumping schedule. Do that. Water, electrolytes, eat plenty of food. That's really the only tips I can give you. Somebody else is going to tell you to eat a freaking oatmeal muffin. I never had to do that. So what are your thoughts on eating nuts? So when I first started eating keto, I ate a lot of nuts, like a lot. My favorites were pistachios and macadamias, and then I love black walnuts. But in almonds, I ate the flavored almonds by Blue Diamond. They have different flavors because I was doing like dirty, lazy, naughty keto in the beginning, and it was working fine for me. I was doing fine. I saw great results doing it that way. But now I eat much cleaner, and I found that I'm pretty sensitive to nuts. Actually, they make me bloat so bad. I get so uncomfortable after I eat nuts, so I don't really eat that much anymore. I don't use almond flour much anymore. But I think for many people, nuts are fine. You just have to be kind of self-aware. Like I always say, you have to self-experiment. Is this something that affects me? Can I eat all the almonds that I want, or is this causing me issues? And should I cut it out? So I think nuts are fine. I just feel like we eat them too much. If we had to eat them in the wild, we would have to go, first of all, find them, crack them open, dig out the nut, and then eat them. We would not be eating a half a cup of nuts if we had to do all that work. So I feel like we definitely overeat nuts as humans. I don't think they're that good for us in the long run. Now, at Christmas time, will I be eating some roasted nuts with some salt and pepper on them? Yes, I will. But I eat a few things from November to December that I do not eat the rest of the year. But I give myself a little slack. But that's because I know I can hop right back on that wagon and I'm fine. And I don't do it every day. It's like when my mom and dad are over and we're having brunch, or when the girls are here and we're having a festive dinner, that kind of thing. And then I'm done. Like, I don't have a problem getting right back to it. I just don't. Did you use a prenatal vitamin while pregnant? Yes, I did. I used one a day gel caps. They're brown. And I did vitamin D3 and folic acid and something else. Folate. Not just folic acid. I took folate. What is your take on stevia? My husband swears it causes infertility. Actually, there's a lot of research about stevia and infertility. I tended to stay away from it while I was trying to get pregnant. Now I'm using erythritol. I think if you're trying to get pregnant, just don't use it, because if that could be the one thing keeping you from getting pregnant and you're doing all this work to try to get pregnant, just don't use it. Use erythritol, use xylitol, use allulose. Like, there's so many keto sweeteners out there besides stevia. So many. Did your Hashimoto's flare up when you were on your menstrual cycle? When I wasn't keto, yes, for sure. But now, very, very little. And it's mostly, I just need some space. It's not really any of my Hashimoto's symptoms. It's just irritability in general, but it is 1% what it used to be. Well, before I was keto, I had PMDD so bad. I was heinous. I was a heinous biatch. Bad. It was bad. I didn't want to be around me. I got on my own nerves, but I couldn't help it. I literally could not help it. But I could see myself being this humongous pain in the butt. And I didn't want to be, but I literally couldn't do anything about it. So, but since going super, super low carb, just a smidge of irritability, but none of the Hashimoto stuff. It's awesome. How do you stay motivated? Mainly, I'm just a very goal-oriented person. So I know what I want, and I know what I have to do to get what I want, and I'll be damned if someone stands in my way for me to get what I want. I will just work and work and work and work until I get it. That's just how I am. It's how I've always been my entire life. I used to take the hard way around. Now I take the smart way around. So a lot of people are on YouTube and stuff are very like, it's all about hustle, 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 hustle. You gotta hustle, you know, and all like the girl boss hustle and all that stuff. And that's all fine and good. That's not how I work. I work smarter, not harder. And honestly, that's just how I stay motivated. I know that I don't have to just work myself to death. In fact, I do the opposite of that. I do what comes organically and naturally to me, and that's what I do. So when I first started my channel, I was trying really hard to be what I thought I was supposed to be. And I put myself in this box of fashion blogger, and I needed to spend all this money on designer stuff because I needed to compete with these other girls, right? But that's not true. It's not true. In fact, when I stopped doing that, not that I don't still love designer stuff, I do, and I will wear the stuff that I have because I love it. Genuinely. I didn't just buy it because other people have it. I wanted it my whole life, but I thought that I needed it to be successful. And that's not true. When I stopped trying to put myself into this little fashion blogger box and I just put myself out there and started talking and started doing things my way, that's when my channel started to grow. And I'm 100% sold on the fact that if you are just being yourself, you will succeed if you are happy. I was not happy. I'm now super happy. So I just encourage anybody who is doing whatever, like if you're not happy, you're not going to be able to be motivated in the morning because what's motivating you? You're miserable. You have to be happy. And I understand we're going through a really rough time right now, and I can't be like, hey, jump ship and go, chase your dream. But honestly, you should chase your dream. And that if that means that you have to work 2 jobs, people have done that. And if it's what you really want to do, then that's something that you should do. But I'm telling you, if you're not happy, you can't be motivated. You cannot put the motivation before the happy. You have to be happy. Motivation won't just fall into your lap. Find your happy, find what makes you happy, and motivation will come. That's how it worked for me. Anyways. Advice for someone with Hashimoto's who doesn't love meat. Okay. Well, protein isn't just from meat, beef. Okay. And I find this very interesting. I've had several people say, I don't really love meat, but I eat fish. Fish is meat. Fish is meat. That's meat. And stop calling it meat if that's what you're going to put it into. Put protein in there so you can eat eggs. That's a good source of protein. Seafood is meat, but some people don't think that. It's weird. I'll never understand that. Fish, seafood, any kind of seafood, that's meat. Chicken, you don't have to just eat beef. There are so many forms of protein out there. It's mostly keeping your carbs super low and your protein and fat intake up. So technically keto is high fat, moderate protein, low carb. All right, for my Hashimotos and for ketovore, for me, it's equal amounts of fat protein, sometimes more fat, sometimes less fat, depending on the day. But it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio, fat and protein. And then underneath that is carbs. Most of the time it's under 10 grams total a day. And that is really what's keeping me in remission. It's not necessarily that I'm eating so much meat, it's I'm eating almost no carbs. This is a really good question. Should I start keto first and then carnivore? I want to be healthier. So I don't necessarily think carnivore is healthier in the way that a lot of people give carnivore so much credit. Like, I don't think, not everything's for everyone, and that's just a fact, okay? Some people are not going to be able to do carnivore, and that is fine. There are plenty of people that are super, super healthy that are just doing keto. And then there are people like me who are doing super meat heavy keto or veg light carnivore, whatever you want to call it. Ketovore is what I call it, which means I eat 95% meat, very little veg, and then I drink whatever beverages that I want, basically, that don't have carbs, you know what I mean? And I see perfect health from that. Like, I'm good. I get crap all the time. You know what? This is raw, unhinged Neisha. I get shit all the time about how skinny I am, even though this is just my normal weight. I've literally weighed this my entire life until I got Hashimotos and gained 60 pounds. 60 pounds on 5'2", that's a lot. And so for me, ketovore is what works because I don't necessarily want to be carnivore. I don't think I need to be carnivore, and I just don't want to limit myself like that. And so I think saying I want to be healthier, should I do keto or carnivore? You just need to find what's right for you. So start with keto, see how it goes for a while, keep lowering your carbs. I do strongly recommend keeping your carbs under 20 grams total, because that's where most people see the best and most optimum health benefits and fastest weight loss in general. And you can start integrating intermittent fasting as you like. You don't have to intermittent fast if you don't want to, but most people, as they get more and more fat adapted, do intermittent fast naturally. It just comes naturally. You just aren't hungry until 2 o'clock. And for me, that's what works. I eat when I'm hungry and I don't eat when I'm not hungry. And sometimes that's at 10 a.m. and sometimes I don't eat till 5 p.m. It just depends. Now, if I'm not eating till 5 p.m., usually I still am eating at 10:30 p.m. I eat because I'm not cutting my calories. I'm just shortening my eating window. I don't eat less food. I still eat the same amount of food no matter if I'm waking up at 10 or eating at 10 or I'm eating at 2 or I'm eating at 5. Doesn't matter when my eating window starts. I eat the same amount every day, generally. You know, like give or take 200 calories, which I don't give a shit about calories. I don't care. You can count them. You cannot count them. I don't care. I think macros are more important. I think great fat to protein ratio is more important. And I think low, real whole food carbs, that's what matters. If you're going for health, optimization, and weight loss, across the board, the people that do it that way are successful. Get off my soapbox now. Do you know the name of the orange nail polish she used? It's a nice shade. No, because it was a dip nail polish. Can you even call it a nail polish? It's dip. And it was a number 23, but I can't remember the brand, so I'm not sure. But it was really pretty. Oh, I got my nails done today, and this looks super Christmassy. I did not do this on purpose. This was supposed to be orange, and it is in certain light, but whatever. I'm ready for Christmas, so I'm here for it. What can I do to lower my triglycerides? For most people, eating as low carb as possible, and I mean total carbs, no carb crap, no carb creep, whole foods based ketovore, or even carnivore if you can. That's going to drop those triglycerides faster than anything. That's the key. Now, if you are already doing that and your triglycerides are up, then you need to have way more labs drawn than just your triglycerides. Maybe there's an underlying condition going on, but for the most part, for the general population, eating super low carb is going to drop your triglycerides significantly. Whew. Okay, that was a lot of questions, and this is probably going to be a long video, but that's okay. I'm glad you guys sent me all your questions. I hope I answered them well. And if you want more of these, smash that thumb and make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. We are like literally, this channel is fixing to hit 50,000 subscribers, which is really nothing in the grand scheme of YouTube, but for me that's a big deal and I cannot believe it. So if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me, you guys. And let me know if you like this format of video, and I'll see if I can do more. If you like them, I will. Leave a comment, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you, mean it. Bye.